when you talk about the language thing, you got to go back, right? I mean, first, you know, my grandparents, it was funny, they say, you know, we used to be colored. Now, then, you know, the Black Power thing with black, right? Now, in the 80s and 90s, you're professional, so you're African American, right? And then, I guess, and I don't know, maybe certain people want to be niggas. I don't know. Right? Who knows? Whatever. But I mean, it's not. I mean, everybody's got that. Everybody's got that. You know, Jewish people have that. You know, it's a. And I think what you're talking about, correct me if I'm wrong. It's like that's a class thing. That's like a class within a class, right? If you got an African American, everybody, you know, when you're talking to a white person, they have to stop themselves now, right? This, you know, who is the African American person? It's like, man, you know, the black person over there, the black woman, you know, it's, you know, I don't know, but words carry meaning, whether we like it or not, whether it's conscious or not, words carry meaning. And the reason we say words have a personal meaning to us. So, you know, I guess the only thing that I know is, and to piggyback off what Valerie said is, you got to know your audience. When you're talking to somebody, don't start the conversation crazy. You know, get a feel for it. And you got to know your audience. That's with everything. Code switching, work, leisure, whatever. You got to know your audience.
Sometimes though, you try to keep it composure, and you ever see somebody professional just lose it with the N-word, like they never say the N-word. Like it might be a situation like, hey man, you got my money, it's been 3 weeks. You know, nah man, I ain't even got it. What you mean you didn't get my money, nigga? You know, that's like you don't really want to use it, but it kind of slipped out. You know, one of them situations.
But when you give me my money, I'm gonna say, good luck, my nigga. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Look, and for those familiar with the 5%ers, what the word nigga means in the supreme alphabet is now I got a lot. Ew. It means now I got a lot. With that said, what we have to take heed of with this word nigga is that we always have to keep in mind who's saying it to you. Who is that person? What is their background? With that said, the word nigga, like I said, is not the problem that's plaguing the black community. Because if nothing else that we've all agreed on in this room, we agreed that black people can stop saying nigga right now and it won't change a goddamn thing. How you love that?
And I just want to, I'm smiling. Smiling. You know, here's what I think that, you know, we're talking about what would not using the N-word do for the black community. And I beg to differ. I think we would see a difference. And I'm gonna tell you what difference I think we would see. It's very, you know, I go into the school system and I work with young people. Yeah, okay. I work with young people. Okay, so when I work with the young guys and we're talking about code switching, but we're also gotten to a point where our young kids aren't doing well in school. Let's be realistic. Our young black boys aren't doing well in school, and they're not doing well in school. And it gets to the point where they don't even know why they're in school. So they're not able to catch up, keep up. So then we go from code switching to the cool pose, which means I'm just gonna act a fool. I'm gonna represent like I'm cool by just being ignorant. Now, when you talk to that kid, one thing that you would like to get him to realize that he has greatness in him. I want him to realize that he wasn't put on this earth to be this way. Now, if we take away the N-word, one of the things about the N-word, you know, and here's the deal, like Brenda said, like you're talking about, I get it. I mean, come on now, you know, and like my man saying right there, you know, you come across me on the wrong day, Sean Gardner ain't Sean Gardner, okay? We understand that. But I also believe that if we take away that word, and stop using it as a term of endearment, it also makes it a little bit more, it makes it easier for us to say, okay, be able to connect with our past. In other words, if we take that word that we know was to demean us, and we say that's a term of endearment. And well, listen, here's the deal, man. at the end of the day, we take it, we say it's a term of endearment. But if we take that word away, no longer can we say, well, you know, that's just a term of endearment, you know. No, that word is what it means. That word was never put out there to be a good word. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, Tupac was the first one to try to. Tupac was the first one to try to convert it over. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Come on, man.
What does Tupac's name mean? Tupac's name means shining serpent.
I'm not on the rap history show.
But his name even coincides with the word nigga because the word. I apologize, brother Flo. I'm cutting off your flow. My fault. I apologize. I apologize, man.
It's true. Listen, we all have our own perspective on it. And I think it boils down to, and I'm trying to be mellow because it seems like when I stand up and I speak, you know, Brandon's telling me to calm down, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting down, you know. But this ain't even how I talk, man. Y'all know I'm an animated cat. I'm all up in the air right now. That's how black folks roll, man. But I'm sitting down. I'm in my Sean Butler verse. But no, I just know really. I think because it does take away when we work with our young black boys. You know, our young black boys no longer have an understanding of what it truly means to be black. That's just my take on it. And I think if you do away with that word in terms, in the way we use it, a term of endearment, then it allows, because let's be real about it. We can all say it's not offensive, but I'm willing to bet not too many of you in this room is going to let a white dude come in here and just say, hey, nigga. And all of a sudden, that term of endearment done went out the window. You ain't that professional as you was when you came into Jazzy Blu. So if the white man can't call you nigga, then why is it okay for us to use the term of endearment? Now, one more thing. Now, look, John. Now, one more thing before I go.
We don't go by white standards. I don't.
Okay. But here's, now, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm sitting down, I'm smiling. See?
I love you, family. No disrespect to that. I love you, man.
I'm curious, as I listen to you speak, and I get it, because I like to hold my own with the best of them. So you did some research before today. But one thing that I'm listening to and I can't quite understand, and I need you to help me with this. If you said this is our language, this is something that we do amongst ourselves, this is a form of code switching, this is something that as one black man I can have with another black man, and the white man isn't privy to our conversation, he needs to know that he can't jump in because this is what you're saying to me. But then I heard you earlier say, and please help me understand this, that it's not okay for you to have that conversation with your son. So if it's not okay to have that conversation with your son, then all of a sudden there's a disconnect here, because in one breath you said, you can talk to me, Sean Gardner, it's all brotherly love, but if you're going to show me brotherly love, aren't you going to show your son brotherly love? And I'm not pointing jab, but I'm trying to see clarity to what you're saying.
Here is my son's mother right here. I'll let her.
No, wait, no, disrespect. Wait a minute. No disrespect. Wait a minute. Can he speak?
No, but I'm telling you.
Come on, y'all.
I'm answering your question.
No, but can he answer it? Is he said it? No, hold on, really.
Brother.
No offense.
Brother Sean,
no disrespect.
Brother Sean.
But it was complete disrespect because you just cut.
Hey, Brother Sean, no disrespect, bro.
I was going to break it all the way down.
Okay.
I love you, family. No problem.
One, no disrespect intended. My son, I don't want him saying that word. My mother in her 50s, who went through the whole segregation thing, has asked for me, please don't teach that to my grandson. Do not let him come in my house saying that word. It's disrespectful to me. I understand that. And I do not want him going there disrespecting her. Now, when he is of age, he will know and understand the origin of the word.
Age appropriation.
Thank you. But at 2 years old, he doesn't, hearing the music and the words in the music, he doesn't understand what he's saying. So I don't want him going around saying words that he does not have any understanding of or any meaning of.
Our mom and daddy didn't teach us about nigga. The society taught us about nigga. The TV taught us about nigga. All that I'm trying to say is black people, we need to embrace something that was given to us as a negative and do what we can do to turn it into a positive, because in the original state, in the original usage, in the root of the word, which is naga and nigas, those are positive words in Sanskrit. It was our oppressor that took those words, turned them and took them from a term of endearment and used them as a factor to hold us down and make us lesser than human beings. Well, my only point is that as long as we submit to our oppressor's definitions, we also submit to the reality that the oppressor has created for us in America. Part of being independent, part of defining who you are, is taking control of definitions of words and doing the research. Don't let these people come to us and go, nigger is an ignorant person, you're the nigger. No, we need to pick up books, find the root of these words, redefine these words, and find how these words fit with us as a people. I find we need to bury these words as a people. But what I'm telling you is that the root of the word nigga, the root of the word niggas, is positive. White people have took the term, redefined it, respelled it, and gave it to us, and now we gotta go down in the dumps every time we hear it. Nigga, tighten your game up. I'm gonna talk to you like street people. Nigga, tighten your game up. No disrespect, but I'm just saying we gotta step our game up, not with just knowledge, not with just wisdom, but also how we understand certain things.
My nigga.
We're gonna begin to wrap it up. You got a comment from?
I just wanted to say, man, it's all about how you say something. I teach school, and once upon a time, one of the years, the kids would call each other a burger. The real talk. So I don't know what it means, but I'm just listening to the way that they say it. So when the kid comes up and he says, "You're a burger," you know what that means. You can tell by the way it came out that it was meant to be disrespectful. And what they were saying was, he was a punk, or he was, considered a sissy. But they know they couldn't say those things, so they found something else to say. So it's all about how it's presented to you. You can tell if a white person came to you and said, "Job, my nigga," you have the intelligence to say, did he mean that disrespectful, or was he saying it in a way, that may be the way that he talks?
I wouldn't even go through that.
But let's be realistic. You have a feeling when somebody says something to you, you know where it is. If it's disrespectful, if I came up to you and I said, "Job, my nigga, what's up?" Or if I came to you and said, "My nigga, what?" Like, you know my tone, the way that I came at you, how I'm meaning it. You know what I'm saying? So if I come at you and I say, "My nigga, what's up?" It ain't to be a term of endearment. It means you know what I'm saying? We got a problem, you and I. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be intelligent enough, to be smart enough to figure out the way that it's being brought apart. Now, one thing I want to say to you, what's your favorite college team? College team. What's your favorite college team? Because I heard you in here one day, you might have just been messing with somebody, but I could have swore you like Kentucky. You like Kentucky. And once upon a time, Adolph Rupp said, "Ain't no nigga ever gonna play basketball for Kentucky." So things change over time, because now you can ride around with a UK flag on your car and nobody's gonna say anything about it. But you wouldn't have did that way Adolph Rupp was there, who your court is named after, as a matter of fact. Who y'all run out to and sing praises to. I want to attack you.
It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
Things change over time, and your perspective changes over time. That's it.
But ain't no Negro ever coached the U of L. Tubby Smith, 96, 98. Championship. We're going to wrap it up on that note. We're going to thank you for coming. Thank you everybody for participating. We definitely appreciate it. I think it was a good dialogue. It was a good civil discourse, Sean Gardner. And we're going to listen, we're going to get into it. We're going to do a couple things first with Ms. Shanklin. And thank you, give her a round of applause. Everybody will do some door prizes. And we're going to get into our reservations. We're going to spin a little bit.
Sean Gardner won one of the gifts.
You know,
He's about to leave. Vanessa Hathaway.
And this is just a token of our appreciation. Just want to say thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Put right cheese.
We just want to say thank you so much for coming out tonight. We really want this to be a great dialogue for our community.
I don't want y'all jumping me in the fuck.
We also have some more giveaways also that we get ready to get. So we want you to stick around. This is something that we're trying out. We know it's new. We know that it's going to start off small, and we hope eventually that this will grow into something big. We knew that this was going to be a touchy situation. A lot of people deal with this. You know, I work in a newsroom, a television newsroom, and if you heard some of the words people would say, you would never say this word ever again. Now, we live in the state of Kentucky, of all states. And I just think you need to sit back and think about some of the things that we say. Because me, working with reporters, working with our society, we don't have an African-American community like we used to, where there was a small group of people that we could work with. We have to learn how to work with one another. Like everyone said tonight, you've got to work, you've got to learn how to conform, and help our youth out. So again, we just wanted to say thank you so much on behalf of Mr. Brandon Lawrence. We want you to come out and enjoy yourself. The first one, if you missed it, we talked about relationships. Is there enough good black men out there for black women? So if you missed that, I'm sorry. We probably have to come back around to it again. This month is the N-word, and next month we'll have Brandon choose something else. Again, this is a trial basis. We want you to come out and support us. Hopefully we'll get sponsors in the future. But this is just a stepping stone. But if you help us out, this could really grow into something big. Thank you.
Hey, Brandon.
We want a special thanks to Skylar for making the space available. We appreciate it very much.
Hey, you ought to do one on Deadbeat Father.
What's that?
You ought to do one on Deadbeat Father.
Deadbeat Father.
I know the perfect person to be on your panel.
The Curry Jones.